Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Worth Consulting's unboxing of the Epson WorkForce Pro WF-5690. Now, the 5690 is an upgrade to the 4590 that we tested a while back. And important upgrades are the PrecisionCore printing technology and an improved print controller that gives it the management capabilities of most laser printers to make it more attractive to offices as an alternative to more expensive and ecologically harmful laser printers. Features such as 10 user login codes that can be used to restrict the access to various functions, as well as security features such as local user authentication, up to 10 users, network authentication via SNMP v3, and LDAP access for the email features. Now, this nondescript box is on purpose because this is intended for business purposes. No flare, no advertising needed on the exterior of the carton. And as you can see, it took a nice hit when it was shipped. So let's see what it looks like and get inside. Hopefully there's no damage. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's a piece of cardboard on the top. We have 4 ink cartridges, and these are really easy to install. Just slide them in. There's also XL print cartridges available that give you 4 times the yield of a normal cartridge. All it has is a chip here, and basically that's it. They're really easy to, just a plastic container, really easy to install. Okay, styrofoam. And with Epson, the documentation is usually in the bottom of the box. So let's take it out. Wrapped in a sheet of plastic. And sure enough, the bottom of the box is a package with a manual, power cord, and even though it has fax and it's USB capable and network capable, there's no other included cord, so make sure you have your own. Of course, it's got Wi-Fi, so you may not need any cables at all. One thing that's a little bit surprising, there's no CD in here. So either it fell out this hole or there's something else that I'm not familiar with. Usually there's a CD. Okay, easy to get out of the box. Now let's start to unpack and install the device itself. Okay, let's open up the unpacking instructions here. Let's see what they have to say. And basically I can read right from the front here. The first thing we got to do is unpack. And we got a nice poster here. and it wants us to unpack, which basically means taking all the tape off and installing the cartridges. So it has a piece of flat plastic versus a bag. Makes it a little easier to deal with. Sometimes those bags are tough to get off. It's a heavy printer. This is not too heavy. Not heavy at all, actually. But it feels substantial enough to be a true blue office printer. Now, the picture only showed 4 pieces of tape, but it's all over the place. So let's start from the back. Okay, here's your auxiliary paper tray and duplex unit. So we have tape to take off. And I have to stow this tape so I can use it to repack it. Alright, there's a warning, attention, and on the back it says caution. Include the cartridges. Included cartridges, install them according to the instructions. Ink charging starts automatically after you install the ink cartridges for the first time. Initial ink charging requires 10 minutes to complete. Okay. This piece of tape, and then there's a piece of plastic in here to protect this external rear-mounted paper feed. And before I can get the tape off, get this off, I have to be able to open up the paper tray. And there's 3 pieces of tape for that. Now I can lift this up, and you can see that there's a couple more pieces of tape inside. And if I could get this off. Let's close that up. There's another piece here. Like I said, here's the duplex unit. That you can take out if you have paper feeding problem. And underneath there is a waste box that you need to replace every now and then, especially if you do a lot of cleaning. If not, it shouldn't need to be replaced much at all. Now, I took off the attention piece of paper on the top. The document feeder also has additional packing stuff, one of them on each side. A little styrofoam gazinta to keep this from getting broken in shipping. It's either a gazinta or a dingle, I don't know. And there's 4 pieces, 2 on each end. This one keeps, these 2 keep the document feeder closed on that end. And these 2 keep the document feeder closed on this end. Alright, so top and back taken care of. None on this, well, there's one on this side. corner here. Keep the cover closed. Okay. Document feeder. Raises up for being thick originals. And it's looks like a legal size plot. Actually, no. It's a A4 platen, which means that if you're going to scan or copy legal size, you'll have to do it through the document feeder. It'll stream it past the scanner, and there's a separate little window here that is specifically for the stream feeding. I'm going to destroy it or drop it, so not that important. All right, now we have a little sheet here that is telling me, one, open the cover. And I'll have to take this tape off over here. Open the front cover. 2, there's a foam gazinta in here. 3 and 4, there's also other plastic gazintas in there that need to come out. Let's get rid of this. Now it's got a nice big LCD display. The 4590 was just a text display with navigation keys. This looks like it's a complete touch screen since there's no navigation keys. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to give it a whirl. Okay. Now this is all hooked together with a bunch of tape. And there's 3 pieces of tape here, one for each gazinta. Okay. First one. Foam gazinta. And I have to forgive me because I need to have these instructions to box the thing back up, so try to mention every step so that it's clear to me 3 months from now how to put it back together again. Okay. This tape is plastic gazinta. And a hard foam, a blue hard foam gazinta. Okay, everything's out of there, so I would assume the constructions don't say much. Don't open the cartridges until you're ready to install the ink. Okay, step 2 is turn on and configure. Do not connect to your computer yet. So make sure that you do this. Follow the instructions. You got to turn it on first, then install the ink cartridges. You'll probably run into some kind of problem if you do it the other way around. So what they're telling us to do with the ink cartridges is to my finger is here, wherever the heck that is. This is harder than it looks. Alright, forget it. It's telling us to open the bag, shake the ink cartridges, install them one by one, close the cover, load paper, and then install the software. And, son of a gun, you've got to download the utilities and combo package. And I don't supply a CD. So you're going to have to, of course, anybody who buys a printer like this is going to be able to get on the internet and download software. But, all right, let's go. And it's saying stuff about mobile printing. And basically that's it. All right, so I gotta plug it in. And this is the strongest cellophane tape I ever saw. Maybe not ever, but for a little skinny piece of tape, it sure was tenacious. All right. It's 3-prong, no brick, which I like. Got enough junk under my desks as it is. You don't need bricks hanging around down there. Get kicked around. And don't you just hate it when you have bricks that don't have any label on them? So you don't know which device the brick is for, but usually companies as big as Epson, their brick will say Epson. I've had it happen many times before. Okay. Plug it in. Right now I'm supposed to turn it on and configure it. Oh, got more tape over here. Jumped the gun. And more clear plastic stuff. So you have to do this in the right order. Okay. Undo the tape from the top until the plastic starts, clear plastic sheet starts to pull away. I'm going to take 4 pieces of tape off and slide out the output tray. And keep going. Actually tape go on the side here. No, we don't, not really. And little pieces of tape here. This is a real doozy. This is going to be fun to put back on. Okay. See one more piece of tape hiding in here for this. And here's your. This is nice. Little touches that I like. This thing doesn't come flying out on the floor when you pull it out. Stop in here. So. Adjust the guides by moving them in and out, front to back, which opens up the drawer for legal size paper. So let's turn it on and put in the ink. Okay. Now these are some heavy duty plastic on these things. And they show scissors. You're not going to rip these open with tape. I don't have any scissors on me, but I have handy dandy box cutter. So these are called initial cartridges. And I'll be darned if it looks like there's any ink in there. Alright, back to the finishing the setup. Right here we have English, Francais, I assume. Yeah, beautiful. USA. Daylight savings time, winter. Well, it's really responsive touchscreen. I'll tell you, nice. Date format, time. Actually this is the date. And I have no idea what the date is. It's 11/5. 2014, and there's an enter key down there. Time format 12:24. I'll keep it at 12. The time 02:43 p.m. It's preparing. So while it's preparing, I'm gonna hack open these ink cartridges. Okay. Installing cartridges that came with this printer. Close, front cover, initialization starts. Okay. Now this is really easy. Epson does a nice job with this black. Man, it doesn't get much easier than that. Yellow. Magenta, and they're all color coded, and well, you can actually, they're not keyed so you can put them in the wrong place, but if you do, I don't know what to tell you. Probably should be using crayons or something. Pencils for black and white and crayons for color. Alright, but they're not keyed and you can mess up. I didn't check the black, but you can mess up the yellow, magenta side. Done. Initializing. Please wait. Now this is where it tells you to wait. That it's telling you that it's going to take 10 minutes. So while it's doing that, let's put in the paper. Once again, always use a decent paper. We recommend this hammer mill mainly because it's color lock capable. Now it can be used in any kind of a printer, laser, ink. But the color lock is basically formulated for liquid ink. And it'll give you better quality than non-color lock paper. It should. Right. Okay, set this on letter. There's a tighten up these side guides a little bit. And the paper slides forward a little bit. There's a little space for it to slop back and forth. The take-up mechanism will take care of that for you. And once again, before you print, you're going to pull this thing out. But at least it's not this big giant thing sticking out like it's some other printers I don't want to mention right now. And on the back is this additional paper media tray. Now it's nice. It's got a plastic cover that keeps junk from falling down there when you're not using it. And there's two guides in here that are big, beefy guides that you move back and forth. And then you probably put a legal in here or or heavyweight media, or bright white paper, or some special things back here. But I mean, you have to. You can expand the media capacity significantly. The 250 sheets plus whatever this holds. I think it looks like it holds at least 100. And this is your back support, and then the cover I showed you closes down, a little plastic cover closes down over the paper. Let's see it. And closes down over the paper. This is and keeps junk from falling down in dust, hair clips, insects, cats, etc. Alright, so the gauge is up to about 1/3 here. And there's not much else for us to do to set it up. Got nice buttons here. They look everything looks really nice. There's a USB port over here. I don't even see. Back over here, there's a Cat5 network port, a USB port, host port, and your fax telephone in and out. So looks really nice. Gray color is for business purposes. The consumer lines are black. But I noticed in a hospital the other day that every single piece of equipment they have is beige like this, and a black printer would stick out like a sore thumb. So this is intended for business. It looks very business-like. It is really a nice looking printer. Epson always does a nice job. So next thing we're going to do is download the software and install it on the network.